in this Ram Promaster with my partner Dro, who's visiting family at the moment. So we didn't do much to the outside. We wanted to remain super stealthy, so we didn't add any extra windows. It came with a little whirly, and then we added a fan. But yeah, we just want to stay super stealth. And also we don't get a lot of sun here, so solar didn't make that much sense. It was definitely his idea. We met working at a climbing gym in Vancouver, and so then I was like, well, I'm gonna move to Squamish, and then we were like, okay, let's move into the van together. And that was kind of it. And this is the inside of my van. So we chose the back as our main entrance, partly because the partition was already put in when we bought the van, and we wanted a fixed bed, so we use the sliding door to access our garage and all the storage that we keep under there. And this is our kitchen. So we have a full-size bamboo countertop, which made all of the underneath really easy to make, which is pretty cool. We eventually want to have like an oven stove in this section and then propane down here, but at the moment it's just storage, and like our pantry is under here. It's a big old mess. We eventually want to put a fridge in here, but again, it's just a hole of random crap at the moment. And then we have the sink, which I love because it's huge and it kind of like pulls apart into pieces, so like everything kind of pulls up, which is great. And we've got a little drying rack and then everything. It's very nice because I'm super lazy and I hate doing the dishes, so I hide them in there and pretend I don't have to do them until I run out of things to use. I feel like my friends get to come and like do little trips with us, and they're like feel like they can experience it and then go back to their home. And then under here, which again is not very pretty, but 2 25-litre tanks and then an extra 10 just in case. And then we have the overhead cabinets. Dro built all the like structures, and then we just bought all of the facings from Home Depot. So on this side we kind of have like toiletries, other random stuff. We're not very organized, in case you couldn't tell. This is kind of our sauces and other things, oils, vinegars, there's some pasta. And then this is like our bulk food section. So we have all the jars. And then we just bought this magnetic strip from IKEA, and then the spice jars just stick to it, which is great. And then yeah, we keep our fruit just in random grocery bag. And our Backsplash, which is one of my favorite bits, so we added it and it just like leveled up the whole van, made it look really beautiful. So we did most of the renovation while we were house sitting, but once our month was up we had to kind of like get our stuff and leave, so we actually ended up doing it in the middle of nowhere. It's like mixing the grout in a bucket with the stick, and yeah, it was an event. I spend a lot of time outside just because I climb a lot. With the van you can kind of like roll up, make coffee, and like slowly kind of start your morning. Made everything very easy, so I don't have to think about it as much. So on this side of the van we have all of the tongue and groove, which just goes all the way around. And then we've got our fan, which we thumbtacked the flange, is that what they call it? Yeah. And it's a temporary solution that seems to be working, so we haven't dealt with that. We might have to at some point. And then we have the snowboard mounted to the wall, which we were going to add hooks to, but we couldn't really find any that we liked, so we just used beaners because we have a lot of them. And then we've got our crappy little shoe storage from Walmart. We have our bench, and then under here we just store like towels and linens and winter coats, raincoats, all of that stuff. We've got our little bookshelf that we got from IKEA, and then all of these little wooden boxes that are around the van are also from IKEA. This is our junk drawer. Dro's wardrobe is down here because he's super minimalist and I'm not. This is extra books, and then this is extra toiletries, medicine cabinet type thing. Oh, I love it. I'm super extroverted. So for me, I was like, yay, I have a buddy all the time. For me though, the hardest thing is like when you clean the whole van and you're like, oh, it's amazing, and then you go to work and you come back and it's a shit show and you're like, I just cleaned it. Why? So this is our bed. We sleep horizontally. We actually started with a crappy IKEA mattress, and I don't know, living in a van full time, you really learn how valuable sleep is. So we ended up getting a super expensive Casper mattress, but it's probably one of the best purchases for the van. We love it. The partition was already there when we got the van, which kind of makes this nice little cozy area. And then all of that up top storage is my wardrobe. And we have our heater coming out there with our control panel and our carbon monoxide detector. That's kind of it. I love the like freedom that you have to like move around and have everything with you, but I think it's like we built it, so it's like our home. I don't know, I feel like with rental properties you don't really get that because you're like, oh, it's someone else's place. And also I just hate paying rent. So I'm like, the longer I can do this, the better.